Those two dogs. She's freaking cold, man. Poor dog. She's trembling. I can always tell when Tiny's cold because she tucks those rear legs in. Tiny, what's the matter, boo dog? Come on. Hey, get up here. Come here. Get back. Come on, Tiny. Tiny, get up here. Come on. There you go. Hey, rub my back. Tiny, rub my back. Tiny, rub my back. Come on. Rub my back, Tiny. Tiny, rub my back. Hey, Tiny, rub my back. Oh, there you go. Rub my back. Oh, yeah. You gonna rub my back? Oh, okay. Rub my back, baby. Come on, rub my back. Come on, rub my back. Oh, that hurts. Oh, shit. Oh, that's a bad word. Oh, yes. I gotta go right chapter of James 3 again. Hey, baby. Oh, that my boo dog. Oh, my boo dog. Oh, my boo dog. I love you. Boo dog. She's my baby. I love my baby. Hey. You love me? Do you love me? You love me? I love you, Tiny. I love you. You know that? I love you. Yes, I love you. All right. I'm doing something. Hey, I know all my homies are gonna make fun of me, but I don't care. I don't necessarily know if you call it, it's not journaling. But what it is I've been really struggling here lately. I'm not afraid to admit it. I've been really struggling here lately. I don't know what's going on, if it's a chemical thing. My hormone levels are off. I have to do testosterone injections and stuff like that, and you know, I sometimes I miss my shots, or sometimes I miss it by weeks. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's that. I don't know if it's I got a whole boatload of freaking projects that I'm notorious for starting things and not finishing them. And like for instance, look, see that boat right there? Yeah, we bought that. I planned on using that dang boat almost every day, you know, because I mean we live right on the water. I can literally drop the boat right there. But it needs to get repaired. I need to do stuff to it. It's been sitting there. I bought a 1967 John Deere tractor. I got all the parts to fix it. Guess what? It's just sitting there. My wife, for my 40th birthday, bought me a 1966 Chevy Impala Super Sport convertible. Legit. Like a legit SS vert. I'm 43 now. Guess what? I've done work to it. You know, I've done a bunch of stuff to it. But guess what? It's still sitting in the garage. We have not taken that car driven one time. The only time I drove that car, off and on the trailer. It's still sitting there. So I get all this stuff that I have hopes and aspirations for, and I'm gonna knock it out, you know, and I'm gonna save us some money. That's the big thing that when my brain works. You know, my goal is to save money and do a lot of work myself. Well, that work just keeps piling up, you know. Here I am, age of 43. I had to start all over again with my career choice because I had to have double fusion back surgeries, 4 back surgeries. I was doing cabinets for DR Horton and what do you guys? And DL. Gosh darn it, no. Anyways, two of the bigger. My recall just is not so good sometimes, guys. Two of the biggest home manufacturers out here in this out in this area, and we were doing all their cabinets install. Can't do that anymore. If my back wasn't jacked up and I was still doing the cabinets, I would have already been my own subcontractor at this point. I would have already had people working for me. You know, like I would have been so much further along with the financial department, making money, being a provider. I would have been so much further along, but my back it wasn't allowing me to do it. And so, you know, here I am starting over again, and doing it with these dogs. So the pressure of, starting a new business from the ground up, getting on social media. You got to build a reputation for yourself, man. I don't care who you are. You know how many dog breeders there are out there? And you know how many dog breeders, and you know how many of them are like doing the bare minimum? Well, look, you see this whole area right here? Yeah, this is all artificial turf. Guess what? I had a choice. I could have either built my shop that would have had a car lift and all that other kind of jazzy stuff to work on my car projects, because that's something else that I'm going to do for a side hustle. I could have either have done that or do this. I chose to have this done for the dogs because this is going to be this. Guys, you have no idea. The grass out here in Louisiana, when it gets nasty out and it rains a lot, it's like a freaking sponge of muddy, murky dirt and sludge. So we did this. We invested into the dogs. And so, like, just, I don't know where I was going with that. Anyways, so the pressure of trying to build a business from the ground up, getting your social media presence and building a reputation. Oh, yeah, that's where I was going with the reputation. And there's breeders out there that they do the bare minimum. Here we are. We're investing. I mean, with the pergola, the cell shade, and this, I think this was all around $40,000. And I'm not saying that for flex. I'm just letting you know. Like, we've invested so much into our program for these dogs, and we're not going to see any profit. Profit, huh? What's that? We're not going to see any profit for a long time. You know what I mean? But you gotta see the end game. Doing this turf right here, that you know how much easier it's made our life. Whenever it's nasty outside, guess what? I could bring the dogs out. Dogs out there running around, playing, having a great time. And guess what? I ain't got to worry about freaking dirt. I ain't got to worry about freaking getting, like, all the what's like giardia and stuff like that because of puddles of water. I mean, there's so much that I don't have to worry about. The number one thing was every time we had to let the dogs go outside and it was raining out, them two are freaking best friends, man. They freaking love each other. I had to wash their feet off every freaking time. That's multiple times a day. That alone, you know how much time that saves me to not have to do that just by having this turf? So we made a huge investment into our dogs. And so I think I'm getting somewhere with this, trust me. So with the pressure of, building a business, the reputation, having the dogs, doing the, once the mother, whelps, I do. It's not technically whelping. You're not whelping. That the word whelping is the actual, action of the mother having the puppies. It's the weaning. When the mother is weaning, it almost sounds like I'm saying something else, doesn't it? But actually, that whole weaning process. I do all that. I don't freaking pay somebody to do that. You know what I mean? And it's just stressful, man, trying to build a business from the ground up at 43 years of age and building that solid reputation. Our motto is health above wealth. I put my whole heart and passion, every ounce and fiber of my being goes into these dogs. And so that pressure is just, as a man, I was raised to be a provider. That's ingrained into the Ramsey blood. My dad was an amazing provider, successful freaking businessman. He was, had his little small mom and pop shop, down in Florida. I mean, he was the most successful small TV shop in that area. Him and his buddy that had another shop. Oh, gosh darn it, Ellis. I want to say his name was Ellis. Doesn't matter. But anyways, my dad was, he was known, my pops, little short Italian guy. My pops was known to be the most fair person that you could ever work for or ever do business with. Having like bringing your TV and all that stuff. This dog wants me to throw this dang frisbee. I put the frisbee, I put the frisbee in front of the phone like I'm trying to show it to you, but I'm stupid. And my dad, he would go into the hood where no other TV repair shop would go. My dad would go into the hood. I'm talking about the hood. I'm talking about the area where freaking like if you were white, you better know somebody because you're going to get robbed or something else. And so my dad was known there. Like when we would go there, we do doing house calls, picking up TVs because a lot of people didn't have transportation to bring TVs in. And so whenever we would go out in these areas in the hood and stuff to go do house calls, man, my dad would get out of that truck, out of his van, and they'd be like, "Hey, Mr. Steve, how you doing?" Everybody loved my father. But guess what? He built a reputation for himself, and that takes time. He built a reputation for being fair, honest, and a man of his word, and treated everybody equally. And my pops always told me, and he still tells me to this day, that if your handshake don't, this ain't word verbatim. He used to say it a certain way. My brain just doesn't work like it used to. But basically, if your handshake don't mean nothing, you ain't got nothing in life. Your handshake better mean something. And my grandfather, because I used to live a crazy lifestyle, all right? The gangs and, I did it all right? In and out of incarceration. I mean, the very first time I ever got arrested, I was freaking 11 years old, okay? So, like, in the Ramsey household, our last name meant something. And I remember, this man breaks my heart. My grandfather's no longer here. He's up in heaven now. But I remember he got on the phone with me one day and in tears. And my grandfather was a hard man. He was a freaking real hard man. Like, my grandfather didn't cry. He fought in the Korean War. Like my grandfather was the type of person that they had a TV in their living room, but he never turned it on. All he did was read books. Okay, so for my grandfather to start to cry, holy crap, that was crazy. And he was on the phone with me, and he said, "Sean, you are destroying our last name." This is with tears in his eyes, obviously, and in his voice. His voice was breaking up. And he said, "Sean, you are destroying our last name." He said, "Everything we worked for to build the last name Ramsey," he says, "you're ruining it." And that wrecked me. Man, boy, that freaking wrecked me. So in saying all that, I come from a very prideful family in a good way, not like arrogant pride, like it means something to us to have certain values and characteristics and traits. And so that goes into anything that I do, and being a provider is the number one thing. And so with me not being able to be a provider that I want to be for my wife right now, and for a very long time, honestly, I've had health issues for a long time, and it's been hard for me to find my thing, you know what I mean, to do. It seems like every time I would try to set off to do something, this has always been a struggle in my life. And becoming successful at it, it's always been very hard for me to do. I don't know why, but it has been. That's just being very open and honest with everybody. And so now, these dogs, this is something that I finally have that I'm extremely passionate about. And I know that I can become very successful, and success doesn't necessarily mean, in my mind, monetary value. Success in my mind for these dogs is to have a reputation of being a very good ethical breeder. Someone, when they think of Bayou Bulls NOLA, I want them to be like, "Man, that kennel right there, they got good dogs. They got healthy dogs. They're known for," my goal is to have a waiting list for a long time. I don't want to produce quantity. I want to produce quality. You know what I'm saying? My goal isn't to have a bunch of productions, out there. That's not what I want. I want to be small. I want to have a smaller program. I mean, obviously, you got to have a certain amount of dogs to be a program. But I want to be on the smaller side. I want to focus on quality. I want every single dog that I produce to be quality. I want every single dog that I produce to be to be able to be sold with full rights, but I'm not. I haven't sold. I've only had a few. I've had 4 litters. Okay, I'm still very new at this. Okay, so I know a lot of stuff because I've been around a lot of dog people, like authentic dog men, like, you know, people that have dedicated their whole lives to dogs for like 40 plus years, well before I got into actually breeding. Okay, I've surrounded myself with these people for a long time. But I want to be known to have quality dogs. What you doing, mama? Huh? What you doing out there? Oh, my Lord. She done tore that whole thing up, people. See? Hey. No, get out of that. Look at that. Look what you did. Dee Dee, look what you done did. No. Come on. Get out, baby. Come on. Nope. Get out. Come on. Right there. Go. Get out. Get out. Gosh darn it. This was nice. Yeah, I can't have anything nice with these freaking dogs. Hold on. Oh. Oh, look how beautiful it is out there, y'all. Anyways, I want to wrap this up. But like I was saying, getting back to what I was originally saying, with this here, I don't freaking care what any of my homeboys think. Oh, you're gay. you're writing your feelings down, you big sissy. Yeah, fucking come say it to my face, cause you won't. Anyways, this thing's pretty cool, and it's really helping me out. Hey, Nessie, look at the dog here. She wants to help me ride. You don't think it's gay, do you? No. Oh, yeah, go Braveheart. Braveheart, we got her forever home, and she's going to go live with her brother. It's actually the person that's getting Braveheart. I think she was our first client for that litter. So that's the biggest compliment I can ever receive is repeat customers. that tells me that they really like our dogs and they believe in what we're doing. Holy crap! Did you hear that? That dang dog tooted so loud. All right. So I've been struggling. I'm wrapping this up. I promise y'all. I've been struggling. Oh no, wait, that was something else. All right. So I've been struggling. You know what I mean? And I'm a calm, cool, collected kind of individual. You know, I keep my composure. You know, like that thing getting torn up and stuff like that. Whatever. You know, we'll pick it up, move away, just like I did now. But here lately, it's been building up over time. We're talking about months, people. You know, this slowly, gradually, I've been getting chiseled away. When you live with chronic pain, which I've been living with chronic pain for years now. I've had a total of 10 surgeries. 7 of those surgeries were in the last 5 years, on top of having an extremely rare autoimmune condition that affects every aspect of your body, your eyes, your joints. I mean, the ulcers that I get in my freaking mouth, throat, and stomach. Thank God I don't get them on my pecker, because this condition, you get genital ulcers, women and men. It's freaking crazy. It's oh my God, I couldn't imagine. I'm so thankful that I don't have them down there. But living with chronic pain, I don't care who you are, it's going to wear you down, and that's what it did to me. So the chronic pain, right, chiseling away. I became recluse. I pulled away from people. Stopped going to church. Stopped, hanging around people. I don't really hang out with people too much, anyways. But I really pulled back, to the point to where the idea of social events is very uncomfortable for me. So the chronic pain, becoming reclusive, the pressure of building a new business, all of these unfinished projects that I have, this all has started chiseling away at me. And as most men do, you keep it inside, because my wife always says I'm the more spiritually strong one, right? And I'm pretty beast mode with my faith. So to tell her I'm struggling when I'm supposed to be the strong one, and to tell her that I feel like I'm falling apart, like I'm getting ready to freaking give up and you know, and life in general, and don't freaking what's the point in freaking even living if I'm going to be in pain all the time? Not suicidal people, okay? But it's like those are the thoughts that you had, you know. It's like, what's the point, man? And so like all of that combined over time. Oh, and then you know you start drinking. I started drinking to help alleviate the pain, to help me be able to deal with the pain more. So add alcohol to it. It's been 2 months now. 2 months since I've used alcohol as a coping mechanism. So that's praise God for that. But all of that combined, it slowly it just wore me down. Like I'm a far cry of the man that I used to be. And so one day I was up in the whelping room and I was cleaning the whelping room out. We're in the midst of purging our house, like going room by room and freaking going through every nook and cranny and getting rid of freaking crap. So in the process of that, I came across this book. It's a book that my wife got for herself, Intentions and Reflections. And it's God is so good, y'all. That word intentions, it's been on my heart for quite some time now, to be intentional. And a daily journal, and then it says daily prompts to help you start with an intentional mind and end with a grateful heart. And so each thing has, you know, it always says this. I wish it had a different saying for every day. You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. And man, like when I tell you that this book was bought for me years ago, however long Suzanne had bought this book. She didn't buy this book for herself. She didn't know it at the time, but this book was bought for me. BB, no. Dee, no. Leave that freaking bush alone. This book was meant for me. So you got that saying, right, which freaking speaks to me personally. And then it has start of the day, goals for today, just 3 little goals. Set 3 little goals, 3 easy obtainable goals. How can I make today more enjoyable? Today I'm looking forward to. Then on the other side, sunrise, current mood. What can I do to be my best self today? And then you come. I wish it was all on one side. Like this was for the day, and this was for the nighttime. But anyways, then it says end of the day. What brought me joy today? I am grateful for. And then sunset, current mood. What did I do well today? And I am grateful for this today. So all my homies, I'd highly doubt you're going to freaking watch this anyways, because y'all are freaking, I'm not going to say the word because there's a bunch of snowflakes that will get upset if I use certain words. But y'all are dum-dums. And most of y'all ain't going to freaking watch this video to the very end anyways. And I'm talking to my friends, okay? I'm not talking to any stranger. I would never talk like that to somebody I don't know, okay? But you can say whatever you want to say. This right here, putting all the stuff that I keep up in my head down on paper, it's like an outlet. You know what I mean? It's like it releases, like, you know, like a steam cooker. You know how you got the pressure valve. Hey guys, leave that alone, please. The freaking tearing into my damn rose bushes. So this right here, it helps me to relieve all that crap that I'm feeling on the inside, and it gets it out. And I'll tell you what, it's been helping out a lot. So the name of the book again is Intentions and Reflections. Hey, if you're a dude and you're struggling, don't worry about what other people think, man. All right, don't worry about it. Freaking get something like this, man. You know, write stuff down. Write your goals down. I'm telling you, man, it really helps. I've only been doing it for about a week now, and I actually look forward to grabbing this now and starting it. And I'll tell you what, it was hard, you know, in the beginning. You know, like what brought me joy today, and it's like, or current mood. It's like, I don't know, like how do I feel right now, you know? And it really helps you to like to do like a self-diagnostic check on yourself, like you would with a car, you know, like a scan tool. You know, if you got your check engine light is on, on your car and you need to figure out what's going on, you put that dang freaking scan tool on it and it freaking pulls up all your freaking codes. And then you're able to freaking diagnose the problem, you know? Well, that's like what this is, man. My check engine light's been on for a long time, like getting mad and angry. Like I'll tell you what, man, I feel like I've been wanting to freaking rip someone's face off. Like seriously, like I just want to grab someone's fucking So my check engine light's been on for a while. So here, this is my scan tool, and things are getting better. And so right now, I just want to pray for y'all. I just pray that that anybody that's going through anything, that you're able to come to a place of acceptance of what you're going through, and I pray that God gives you divine revelation on the things that you need to know. I pray that every door that needs to be open in your life is open, and that every door that needs to be shut in your life is shut. And I just pray that God just gives you that peace that surpasses all understanding to guard your heart and mind through our precious Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And I pray for the renewal of your mind. And I pray that you truly understand that you matter and that God has such a wonderful freaking plan for your life. It's not even funny on the things that he has for you. But you got to get yourself out of the way. You got to get yourself out of the way. I was like this my whole life, fighting. I was like this my whole life. You can't receive anything with a closed fist. When you come to a place of surrender and you open up your hands to praise God, that's when you're able to receive things. So with all that being said, man, like I always say at the end of my videos here at Bayou Bulls NOLA, we freaking love you guys. We love you guys. And you matter. And no matter if you agree with anything I've said at all or not, I don't care. It doesn't matter. I want you guys to know that Yahweh loves you. Yeshua died for you, and we're here for you, and we love you. And with that being said, deuces!